Welcome to the Global Channeling Practice. It is March 20th, 2024, and we, as usual, are going to get started with some light language. Happy spring equinox to everyone. Tua sia ya kitia utsuku ya tia ya kitua sia hitia utsukuta ya titia sikia tukuta ya sikia utua ya sia hia sutia ya hitia utsukuta ya titia sukutu ya tia hia sia ya sika ya tituku ya see you are feeling the rising energies in these changing times sukuta ya tia hosia ya hitia ya kutu ya hia tukutu that are bringing up to your consciousness level, all of that is ready to be released. The old beliefs that no longer serve you. Continue to allow allow yourself to let go. Let these old beliefs fall away from you. For now is the time to expand. Expand your light out into the world. Share the love that you are within your hearts with others. And share that love with yourselves. We are the Fendorians.
You're making me laugh right at the end. I had a Fendorian life as a two-headed being. It was like being twins attached on the same body.
They've come, it's been a while since they've come through for me, but I haven't inquired if I have a lifetime with them yet, but they have come through in light language. Yeah.
We seem to have a lot of those like consecutive lives, so I would say it. Maybe you were one of the other twins.
I was the other head. Yeah, maybe I was the other head, and we were conjoined twins. Anyways.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'll go. Tuinyara tahira tokuira nyara ta ita chigruira mara konyero nyara hijuana atahino no ya tatati nyana nya no nya hijuana rata kironyo rata hita karata oronyara irata nyara oira tata tokuira o rara tiruru tochiro no avara aruru irata hijuira rara ororo Tuturuara, Hitura, Hutuira, Niro, Ruira, that I juro. Shishiwarata, Tairu to pop. I'm getting that these are blue aliens. One moment as I download transmission for the translation. Oh yes, my beautiful non-feathered friends. We are here today in bringing this message of love and light so that you may spread your wings and fly. We are wanting you to expand yourselves, to allow yourselves to float on the waves. Do not fight the wind current. These will blow you backwards. If you are fighting the wind current, it's easily to get knocked off your course. And what we are asking you to do is to just spread your wings and find your glide. Find your glide and allow the wind to carry you and to float on these waves of the current energies that are coming through. Do not get caught up in these expansions of the tornado of flow of chaos. No, we want you to easily and gently move with the wave of the wind. So spread your wings, my dear ones. Spread your wings and be at peace within your own hearts. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm really feeling these energies all of a sudden. All right, we'll practice.
Getting to let your heart song flow.
Clearing. 1, 2, 3, 4, clearing. Okay. Let my heart song flow. I'm trying to be, well, I'm in my heart, not in my mind.
They're saying start with ah.
Lots of instructions today. They're tired of waiting. I'm the problem child. Will she ever speak? Okay. Mhm. Ah, ah, Chikarako, Chikarako. More. That's all I got.
That's okay. Your energy was definitely coming through, and I did feel that clearing coming through, even just by you toning with the ahs. So whatever it was meant to be. And then I was also hearing, I wrote it down to while you're ahing, to have that intention of connecting like you do for love of creation. And when you're in that love energy, the rest will start to flow more readily for you. So
Oh, so
yeah,
should I open the channel and let the love of creation energy flow before I
yeah,
start? Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right, next time I will do that. I might as
Yay.
well use the energy. You're right.
Yes.
Duh.
Light bulb moment. Christy, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Namaste.
Thank you. I know the way Zoom is sometimes it loses sound with some of the notes, and so your sound was kind of on and off. We could see that you were going, the energy, could totally feel it. Well, when you were first starting out, I like had this clearing that happened on the left side of my, I'd say like under the belly button, so sacral area. So it just kind of like opened up and cleared, and I was like, oh, that was unexpected. Thank you.
Great. So the image I'm going to share was a photograph I took a few days ago, and I was woken around 5 a.m. in the morning just with a download. So I got up with the camera and I went outside. And yeah, I took this image here in the sky. And I thought it was interesting because I had taken images similar to this maybe a few weeks ago. And what's happening is there's beings in this. If I zoom in, you might vaguely see them here. And some beings here at the top. There's one clear being just down here. She's showing me her face just here.
Yeah, I see her face right there if you want to pause there a second.
Yeah, just there.
Yep.
So yeah, there's an awful lot in that. I've just started and I'm picking these beings out as I go through it. There's beings I'm actually looking at here that I didn't notice earlier on. I was more focused on this being here. She's like a feminine energy. She's showing me her face only. So yeah, I took that picture about 3-4 days ago, and I thought it was interesting. That was in a garden outside of my house. I took it from the inside, but I didn't actually see this image. I just took some photographs and this image came through. So I'll move on. I'll show 2 more and then we will move on. Okay, so.
And so, Christy, whereabouts in Ireland are you?
I'm in Dublin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in
That's
Dublin.
where we had a lot of our experiences.
Yeah. So the next photograph I'm going to show you, there's these beings, I might have shared it with the group here, are coming through my eyes. So this one here is interesting. I took this a few, maybe 2 weeks ago. There's a being here just on the right hand side, if you see him just down under the arrow.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't.
Looks
Yeah,
like
I don't.
young man, maybe.
Yeah. He's a head of hair, and it's like he's smiling at me. But I got the elementals when I looked at this, and I sensed.
He's an elf. He's got
I
that
sense.
beautiful quality of elfish energy in my feeling, my intuition. But I don't know, Kate, do you pull anything up on that? Can you see his?
Yeah, I do feel like it's a very young energy as well. Not so sure about like an elemental or anything, but I do see a young man for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, that came through a few maybe about a week ago, and it was quite clear, like, and so yeah. So I hope you like my eye, but I'll move on, and I'll show one more, and then we'll go back to the
Yeah, and then bring RENTURUS through.
okay, let's see. albums. Okay. My sister came through there recently. I'd like to show Francis.
How long has it been since Francis passed now?
Just over a year, Wendy, but she's coming through a lot.
I remember my dad and her passed around the same time.
Yeah, she's popping in a lot. Like this one was quite clear. Let me see. I can't find this. I had it there before the show started. Okay, I haven't got Francis, but I have Valerie. I might have shared Valerie, my other sister that passed as well. I'll share Valerie because I'm watching the time. I don't want to keep the audience. This is Valerie that's passed only in November 2023. And she immediately came to me a few hours after she passed. She'd only transitioned when I took this photograph of Valerie there. She is in the orb. Now, that was the first photograph she gave me. And she has come through many times after that, yeah.
Yeah, the clarity on those is really crazy. And where was that one taken?
That was taken in my backyard. And yeah, that was about 12 hours after she passed.
Wow, fascinating. I love that. Yeah. I just love how there's so many ways that spirit can show us.
Yeah,
kind of
certainly.
Proof
yeah.
that they're there, right? Proof that, you know, we're always looking for some kind of physical evidence, and voila. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you,
beautiful.
Folks.
All right, now that we've got your beautiful sister energy, let's see what RENTURUS has to say.
Yeah, we can bring in RENTURUS and see what he has to say, if that's okay with the group.
It would be much, much appreciated. I just felt his energy hit me.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, hey, how are you?
Yes, it's me. This is RENTURUS VELLA ANTORUS. It is, again, wonderful to connect with you in this way. I am here. I am yours. You can ask me a question, or you can just relax, and I will just come through this one, as I have been here watching your interaction. It is interesting. It's also nice to meet a newcomer, Katie. Yes, so I've been listening, of course. It's what we do on this side. You are aware of this. I am glad that this one has decided to bring me across again to say hello to my friends.
Yeah, if you have a
Beautiful.
introductory message you'd like to share, we would be happy to receive.
Yes, well, I am quite interested really in the energy within the group. This particular time, it's quite, I would say, soothing. It's quite charming. It's quite relaxing. It's everything you want in what we would call, let's say, that state of being. As you come in, which you did, you allowed yourself to settle in. But I was quite taken back by the energy of the group itself, really how you presented yourselves, and your light language was beautiful, of course, and then you gave the opportunity to allow the group to channel, and this is really what I like from, let's say, my side. I come into different groups and I am connecting with others on your planet. Chris may have spoken of this, but it's nice to come into this energy. Really, it's quite beautiful. We do contribute to that, of course, but so again, I am here, of course, to allow you to see that we are with you in many ways. We are not just here with you in this call. We come through to you when you are wanting us, and when you feel it's necessary for you. We see you dropping into that state of being, which is allowing you to tap into that place that you all like, and that is bringing forward myself and yes, many of the energies that you are connecting to also. So it's quite beautiful. We are, of course, again watching closely what is playing out in your realm, and on an individual basis, we would say, but we are observing really what is happening on your planet. It is interesting. There's a lot of change happening. For the good, we would say at this time. We were a bit sort of, we would say, unsure at one stage as to what direction the collective were going to go, but we can see there's doors being opened on your planet, we would say, yes, in many countries. Chris discussed this before we started the practice, and he spoke about briefly his country, but similar is happening to your country also. Yes, people are beginning to understand that it's necessary to ask the question, and that question is interesting really for us, because then it gives us insight that there is you would call it awakening. We would call it, yes, similar, but there's an energy rising within you, within the collective, that we are happy to support. We have always been with you, but again, as you discussed, you have what you call free will in your reality, and again, we don't like to get too involved because of soul contracts and all of that, you are aware. And so it is nice to watch you on a personal level, you that have come into this realm to support many, not just in this way of channeling or light language, or we would say automatic writing, but many ways in your everyday life. We watch how you interact and how you communicate in that way. And it's quite beautiful because, again, we have chosen to be part of this. We have chosen to be part of you, as this conduit has just shown you. Family who have passed over, they are also here supporting many in that way. For him, yes, he has that ability to show either through his physical body or through his canvas. So it's really nice, really, that he is now ready to show the public some of his images. We were a little bit hesitant at first because we questioned really what was going on within him. He allowed us to, let's say, explore that whole process of him coming into what you would call this arena. Sometimes it can be quite interesting because people, we would say, are not aware of these wonderful gifts that they have, wonderful gifts that they were giving by source before they came into this reality. And now, as you can see, you are center stage. So it is wonderful. It is wonderful to be just observing what you are bringing forward. Bringing through is really beautiful for many, and we hope that you will, of course, expand on your what you call channeling group, because again, there is so many that needs what you have to offer, and is interesting again to see really how this whole idea of channeling plays out, and other, as we've said, modalities. So I will keep quiet. I could go on, but I am aware that you have some questions.
Yes, thank you. Kate, is there anything? I'll give you the first opportunity if you have a question.
I know there's a lot of talk about consciousness in water, and that being a big part of helping humanity raise consciousness. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, well, you are so true in your words, of course. Yes, there is consciousness. There is consciousness everywhere. But the water, yes, is quite interesting, yes. And again, if you watch how water plays a part in your life and in many, as we see, yes, you have the oceans, and the oceans feed into the rivers, and yes, and then you have what you call bottled water, which is interesting. There is some chemicals in there that I would be aware of, but listen, we won't go there at this time. But yes, the water is helping many. We are watching as I speak, I see that yes, there is many tapping into that awareness, and they may not be aware of the consciousness in the water, but they are attracted to the water for many reasons. One being their mental health, which again is helping them understand that it is a part of them that they need to be aware of. So that is really quite interesting to watch. And then you have the life in the seas, in the waters, again, that is coming forward to help the collective in different ways. We would call the dolphin family for one, and then we would have many other behind that, which again is coming forward to, we would say, yes, support. So yes, consciousness is quite respected in the seas, in your water, than always has been. And it comes again in many shapes and sizes, as you can see from this one side of the world to yours. There is many different sides of your oceans, and they all play a part. So I am glad you have brought that up, because it is something that we are observing. There is some cleaning up, of course, of your oceans because of the toxicity that has been put there by, we would say, governments and wherever else. But that is being worked on also from our side. We are supporting your side also. But yes, again, it's purifying what is consciousness and bringing it forward to the collective in a way that they understand that it is, yes, it is life. It is precious. It is important, not just to drink, but it is important to understand that it is part of everything, dear one. Yes, please continue. Mm, mm.
Do you have another question, Kate? Go ahead.
Hmm.
Somebody else can have a turn. I appreciate you
Mm.
answering that. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you're welcome,
Susan, do
dear
you have,
one. Mm.
Susan, do you have a question?
Mm.
Yeah, I can ask my question. So the last several days, I've been, experiencing energetic headaches, and it seems like I'm going through a big energy shift, and where intuitively I think that it's an opening, like further opening of my third eye, opening of my clairvoyance even more, because right now I see visions inside my mind's eye, and I've noticed those have gotten more vivid and
Mm.
I feel more connected to what I see and energetically,
Mm.
and that but I kind of feeling like, yeah, I'm shifting to also see more with my eyes open, and also I'm getting that I'm having a pineal gland activation was another thing that came in intuitively. So do you have um any thoughts
Mm.
around that?
Yes, it's a wonderful description of really what is happening to you on that level, we would say. But yes, of course. Yes, everything is opening up mm, in its timing, of course. We would say this because we want you to be aware of, yes, the pineal gland, yes, and anything else in the vessel, of course, will come forward when the time is right. We, of course, I say we, many that is observing and watching at this time, but I say we because you understand where we are coming from in that state. Want to make you all aware that we are very, let's say, careful in when we say, yes, we are connecting in this way, of course, and I am communicating through this channel, and I have watched how, Chris, again, would like to experience more of me in different ways, and he would like me to support him in more of different ways. Like, and again, I have said to him in the past, and I'm saying this to the group, and I'm answering your question also, Susan, that yes, what you're feeling is quite common when you are at the level you are at. And I say this so you understand that everything is where it should be, but it is also playing with you in ways that you sense, feel, and understand these changes within your body. As you described, you can see these images in your mind. Yes, that's quite real, of course. And we are coming forward in many ways to help you understand that what you are bringing forward again, as the last question was given, the consciousness within water, it's been given to you in this way so you can play with it in whatever way you want. So when you are in that state of being, when you were in that mindset, what we say, when you are attracted to that idea of I sense, I feel, I see something, yes, and you are drawn towards, and then you have this download of this understanding that this was different today. I felt different. I sensed something different. I seen something different. And again, it's all part of who you are. It's all part of what you are bringing forward to yourself and to your family, which are the beings here and close family and close friends. So you have, again, been selected, of course, like you all understand, for various reasons. And what you have given me is quite clear. And you're wanting to expand on that, and that will continue as long as you are in the vessel. But again, I want you to understand that we are careful how we go there. And so is Source, really, because they want you to have what you call the experience that you're having in the physical body. You call it 3D, that is okay. We want you to enjoy what's happening down there, but we also want to pull you into this realm, this idea that you are discussing among friends, among your group, this ability that you have to channel and whatever else that you play with. It's so important to you and to everybody else. So it doesn't surprise me at all that you would go there and you would vision and you would expand and you would want more of what you see is important to you, to allow you again to expand your awareness in this reality. So it is really a question that we hear a lot, that, you know, one wants to expand in every way, and that's perfectly okay. It is happening the way you want it to happen, and we are supporting you, and so is Source in that, and we are allowing you to walk hand in hand slowly and enjoy the process. So you will continue to have what you have just experienced. And in your quiet time, you can go and explore that. You can feel, sense, and then bring it forward to the group. And by bringing it forward to the group, again, you are sharing with your friends and colleagues what is happening to you on an energetic level. So it is quite beautiful what you have just described. And I would say, yes, continue to explore that idea. And again, expand on it, because we certainly will. We are observing and watching, and we will give you what you are able for. We will give you what you desire, but there will be, of course, a limit on that. And we say that so you understand that you are walking again, and we are walking with you, and what is happening will happen throughout, we will say, this incarnation. So as we have said to this one on many occasions, we are observing you on earth, and you are managing really, really well. And we will intervene when we have to, and we will give you what you want and what you are able for. So yes, do continue, Susan. It's quite natural at your time, and this is your time. And again, bring the joy and love into that whole creation and let it explode. Thank you, dear one.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely the most, I think, intense energetic shift I've experienced. And there's a lot of old emotions, old belief systems coming to the surface, because I feel like, yeah, big heart expansion. And it's just everything that's ready to be let go is like coming up at once in an intense way. But I know it's the time to release it, anything that no longer serves me and or makes me happy or anything like that. So I feel great now, but the last 3 days were pretty tough. Letting go of all that, letting go of all these, things that have weighed me down, like all the past hurts or feelings that you bury. I felt like kind of the protections over my heart just kind of shattered because I had a vivid experience where I connected with the other side and actually felt like I was on the other side, like it felt the immense love and support that creator has for us. And it made me cry, but it was so intense and so amazing that it literally like shook me to the core, but it shook up and broke through like all protections I put over my heart, like just shattered in that moment. And so all these emotions have been coming up the last 3 days, just to be forgiven and released, and because they no longer serve me. Like I no longer have the defenses up, holding that in anymore. And it's just, yeah, rising to the surface to be let go. So I feel great now after I purged all that. But yeah, it is a little tough as a human going through some of that in the moment.
Yes, I understand. And it will continue Susan. It won't end there. It is wonderful what you've just described to yourself and to the group, really, but it's something that the human experience is processing at this time. And it's great that you can bring that forward because you are a support to everybody else that is sort of in that sort of state of being, but is caught in the whole fear of expressing and explaining how you have just gone into detail actually what happens really. But from our perspective, yes, it is quite common for, yes, the collective to release what you have just described, and it will continue. I mean, you are not finished by no means, and I say this with great support really for you, and I am aware that you understand where we are coming from. So to have that feeling, to have that thought, to express that emotion is really quite unique in many ways. You have that ability to say what you have just said in a way that you know it's so supportive to you and to everybody else. So again, as Chris would say, it's all part of the experience. You experience the experience. It's one of his quotes. And everything takes you to another experience. And again, the thought process will explore, dissect, and release what you have just described. But again, it is very common. Doesn't surprise us at all. But again, I love the way you have expressed it, how you have worded it with confidence, with unconditional love. Again, you've let it go and you're ready to move on until you get distracted again, and that is perfectly okay. Not saying it's coming anytime soon, but you are aware of how it works. Yes, dear one.
Yes, I definitely am. So thank you very much for that that insight, that beautiful insight that you shared with me.
Yes.
Much love to you. I'll let someone else ask a question. Wendy, do you have a question?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Renters.
Yes.
Of course, I'm feeling your
Wendy.
energy while you're here with Christy, much stronger than other
Yes.
times. So I thank you. So
Yes.
I have this question. I've had two recent dreams, and I realized this morning, because the second one, of course, was today, that there seems to be a little bit of a similarity, and I think it's like message to self, but I haven't quite discerned it. So I'm gonna see if you can maybe give me some guidance. So the first one, I was taking a test, and after the test, I looked down on my lap and I had money in my lap, and one was like a $20 bill folded in half, and the other was Oriental money kind of crumpled up. And then I was like, is this money mine? Like, I don't know if this money is mine. I go, well, I guess I'll keep the $20. That's probably mine, but I don't know about this Oriental money. So then I was like, I guess I need to figure out like whose money this is. So that was one of the dreams, or a portion of one of the dreams. And then the second one that I literally just had today was I was going to go get some milk, and it was for a baby or this toddler, and I had water in this little bottle and I was going to add milk to it. So I went into the refrigerator and I opened it up and I went to reach for the milk, but I stopped myself and I said, oh, I don't know if this milk is mine. Like, I don't know if I like, should I use it? I don't think it's mine. And so I didn't, I left it there. And so I'm wondering, because I know I've been working on releasing old energies and paradigms and limiting beliefs. I'm wondering if this is some kind of a limiting belief that's trying to kind of like knock on my door to say, hello, we're trying to give you messages, but you're not hearing us.
Yes. That is a lovely way of describing again a scenario for one that lives on a place called Earth. It's really interesting. The fridge, of course, plays a big part in that. And so does the milk. But I would say, and I'm saying myself, but there is many here at this time observing just really what is happening in this interaction, not just with me and you, but there are they're gauging the energy and they're enjoying really what is happening. It's not too often that they get the opportunity to sit and listen as to what a human has to say from, let's say, a dream state, and how they described really not just the monetary system or really what has happened regarding the milk in your fridge. But all these images that come to you in your dream state are important for you. Again, you are aware of that. You have brought it to me and you want some feedback, of course. That is interesting, really, because you are not finished. And I say that in a gentle way. It doesn't take the fridge or the monetary system to sort of bring you into that mindset or the remembrance of a dream where you experienced this film in your awareness, and as it played out you held on to it. Normally one would let their dreams go and they would wait until they fall back into the sleep state, and hopefully they would go to that place again called the dream state. But for some it's interesting where they can bring the dream into their conscious awareness and say, yes, I need to explore really what was happening in that dream state. I understood the money concept. I understood my part of it, but who wanted the other part of the currency? So that is interesting, really. But I would say to you that there's a message in both of those dreams for you to understand. And it's quite simple, really. You are observing what is happening in your dream state for a reason. You're taking them with you and you're holding them for a period of time, we'd say, until you get distracted again by either your dream state or your thought process. Very common again, Wendy, not just with you, but with the collective on Earth. So the milk was very, very real. It was something that you put in the fridge. It was something that you purchased, okay, but you stopped and you questioned. And that is something that is common, not just with you, but with many. One continues to question for various reasons. And you heard, as we described to Susan, really how she described her thought process and the visions she was having. And I say this so you understand, because the dream was no way, we would say, intimidating. It was something that you were quite comfortable in, but there was something in there that you were unsure of, really. And that uncertainty, again, is something that many of you are bringing forward. That uncertainty for various reasons, because one continues to question. They continue to question, really, their own reality, really, and we would say that whole identification of self. Why am I here? What is my purpose in this realm? For you, you are quite aware at this time, because you are living on a day-to-day basis this idea of this connection you have, not just to yourself, to your higher self, but to us and to many outside of us. And we would say, yes, you have an audience. We would say that is constantly just observing, like we are at this time, and we watch when you bring your dream state to question, and you want the feedback that allows you to understand, well, okay, I'm happy with that. The milk was mine. The monetary system, yes. I owned it one side, the monetary system, but the other side I was unsure. That sounds like unfinished business to me on your side. And how that plays out, of course, again, is up to you, because even in your dream state, you are playing a part in that reality. And I'm sure you would agree on that. How it plays out is entirely up to you. But you are giving that scenario for that reason, to allow yourself to understand that. Now, when I say this, I want you to understand this is not, we would say, something that we want you to take on board, but there is we would say, unfinished business there for you when it comes to, yes, exploring that whole idea of really, what do I want and what do I have to do to move forward? That question will always pop up, not just again with you. We are giving this to many because we are aware this is on record. That again allows you to understand that you are everything. When we say everything, you are everywhere. That again will allow you to see, yes, this is just one experience that I'm having and it's playing out in this way. And I'm quite happy to play a part in that. If it has got to do with what you have described, yes. Again, that will help you to understand it is, again, part of what you call life on earth. So it doesn't surprise us at all that you bring those two questions forward. We would again assure you that it is important for you to understand that, yes, the dream state will continue. It may not always be what you described. You may come back to us in a few days' time and share something more to the same story or something outside of that. But again, do understand that what you call the dream state is important to you because it allows you again to move forward. As we have said to Susan, the
Yes.
experience will always lead to another experience. So let's say that this is part of the jigsaw that you continue to look at on a day-to-day basis. It's one piece of the jigsaw that you are adding to many pieces, and eventually you will capture an image in that piece and you will say, yes, oh, I understand. I understand. I've completed this piece of work. I've completed this jigsaw. Now I can move forward and I can start on the next project. And I can start on the next project. And that will continue because of your situation again. You are in that position where you are playing with other energies, other beings, let's say, and you are quite enjoying that. And you are, you would say, not constantly, but you're processing, which is quite normal. And again, the word was used earlier on, purging, which again is okay also, like, you know, so we see it as something quite interesting that you are continuing to explore, Wendy.
Beautiful. Yeah, there was many other pieces to that dream. I met up with Jim Henson, who is the creator of the Muppets. I asked him to give me tickets to his show. But anyway, when I woke up, I was clearly awake, and this has happened to me twice. Once I was on my way to sleep or to a meditation, and I heard in my right ear a flute playing, like very clairaudiently. It was a flute. And then this morning at the end of that dream, I woke up, my alarm went off, I turned off, and I was just kind of laying there contentedly. And then I heard glass chimes in my left ear. And I was like, glass chimes, like those aren't, like, that's not something that I own or have or not that I listen to. But when I went to look it up, it came up with Japan. And so now with the Oriental money and the glass chimes, I'm wondering if there's maybe some connection to Japan that I am trying to tell myself to investigate, or maybe there's sound healing because it's the flute and then the chimes. So because I know I work with healing and wood instruments with, you know, the Native American flute and the pan flute. I play around with that. And then I do have chimes, like, you know, like regular chimes like you would think of, but like the one hanging behind me is a chime on my black print. But what's that all about? Thoughts?
Again, they are thoughts as you described, and they are all parts of you. They are all parts of your awareness that you are all piecing together on a day-to-day basis, or in the moment. You can picture something in your awareness and you immediately are complete. You know exactly why you went there. you have given yourself the response that you want with the support of Source and, let's say, the family that is connecting with you outside of your realm, and that's okay. You close that off and you move forward and you wait in for your next assignment. Your next assignment might come in again immediately, or you might be caught off guard, and that's perfectly okay. That allows you again to be distracted, and it pulls you into another reality again where you explore that idea, and then you will funnel back down and you will come back to self and you realize, oh yes, I've had this unusual experience, and you will go on to describe that to yourself and to your friends. And again, you are feeding them information that allows them again to process and feed back what you feel is necessary for you in the moment. And you will park that up, and again you will move off, and it is part of what you call the human experience. And again, you are dissecting, you are taking what you want and removing the rest. It's quite simple, really. And in that, you are having what's called an experience. And how that plays out is entirely up to you, because it is happening to you in the present. So again, we would say be careful what you ask for, because you are the creator and you are manifesting what is happening through thoughts. And again, it can be what you want, what you desire, what you are drawn to, what you feel is necessary for you in that moment, maybe a learning experience. You will then move on from that, and you will wait till the door opens again, and you will move through and you will meet the next experience. Yes, dear one.
Got it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that insight. How is Christy doing? Is he
Yes, he is
ready to go?
okay. He's okay. Yes, I am
David, I know
holding
that
him
you just
here. It's
joined. Did
fine.
you have any questions for Renturus?
Not yet. I'm driving.
Okay. All right.
Mm,
Well, I don't know unless Susan has
okay.
anything else. I think we
Yes.
are ready to wrap.
Okay, dear ones. Well, listen, I will go. Again, it has been interesting. It has been an interesting experience for us and for you. As we have said, the energy was quite interesting, and it still is. Again, it's been wonderful connecting with you in this way. I will go now, and yes, I will be around, of course, as I have said in the past. Renturus Vella Antorus, just call on me, and yes, I will pop into your awareness, and yes, support you in that moment. So until we connect again, dear ones, namaste.
Namaste. Blessings to you.
Yes.
It's like I just felt him leave. I tend to yawn the energies in and yawn the energies out.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Yeah.
And thank you for your sharing earlier.
Yeah.
Probably going to be a good night's rest for you.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that, Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.